I step in the room. Better get up out my way because you know how I do. In my groove, and you know that I never lose. Hit a 1-2 shot with the power move. Yeah, I gotta do what I gotta do. What can I say though? Let me out the cage, I'm an animal. About to tear it up, all guts, all glory. No comparing us, it's my victory. All the way from LA to Osaka. Yeah, you best believe
I'm drinking
that I'm
something.
do you proper. It's a showdown right now, better watch out. Shorty, you can, no matter, it's a knockout. No matter who it is, when you match me up, you getting knocked
Oh, what's
down,
up,
ain't no
thirsty?
stacking up. Left, right, up, down, super combo. I ain't never scared, never quitting, that's the motto.
Yeah, come on, everybody come alive real quick. Battle of the strong, survival of the fit. Take the best shot, hope you don't.
Hello? Okay, one moment. Gotta adjust the volume right quick. Okay. I was tired tonight, so I decided to just stay home and stream. At least right now. Likely won't be a long stream. But I'm just playing random shit. Talking about the week. When last I streamed, I guess it was kind of the same, yeah. I did pretty much the same thing. I was playing a actually, we'll do offline for now, then I'll go online. I was playing a different game the last time I did a stream. I'm just gonna be playing random shit. This is the Capcom Fighting Collection, one of them anyway. I ain't played these games in years, man. These are some classics. But yeah, a lot of revelations and events have been happening this week. It seems, yeah, well, of course, the Venezuelan thing. I talked about that last stream I did. It seems there's a factor I didn't consider. I had assumed... Whoops. I need to adjust something again. One moment. Really? Oh, this is the wrong game. I guess I'll play it for now anyway. But it seems there's a factor I didn't consider in the who could have betrayed Maduro in his who in his cabinet could have betrayed Maduro, because it's pretty obvious he got turned in by someone in his cabinet, and that's how they kidnapped him. That was like some inside shenanigans going on. And I had completely forgot who his vice president was. And if I had looked more into his vice president, it would have been very obvious that she might be the one who ratted him out and sold him out to go get kidnapped by the US. It seems she might be a narco. She's some undercover narco. And I remember her, now that I think about it, because she used to like briefly be involved with the Hugo Chavez presidency until he got rid of her because she was apparently so insufferable to work with. But yeah, Delcy Rodriguez, she's the current interim president of Venezuela right now. She took over for Maduro. And I was hoping it wasn't going to be someone that close, but it looks like that's what it is. It looks like she might be the one who sold him out. She apparently had like a secret oil energy meeting with some Europeans, and even America was involved, of course. and they made a whole deal to like exchange Maduro and to get oil rights for the U.S. to like sell for a profit. It's pretty disgusting. And I don't know if anyone in the cabinet's gonna actually challenge her at all. There might be purging people who would even go against her at this moment, which is pretty bad. Now, like, I understand now. Like, I was wondering, like, because Venezuela had applied for like BRICS membership not that long ago. And like everybody, like it seemed like the main people were like ready for them to join, but then like for some reason Brazil decided to block Venezuela from joining BRICS. And I was wondering like why would you do that, Brazil? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that, Lula? And now I'm starting to see why. I'm starting to assume that's like what just happened now is why they blocked them. Or at least why Brazil voted. Brazil was a deciding vote in Venezuela getting into the BRICS. You know, the whole BRICS apparatus. I failed because I don't know these characters. Well, I know Pyron. He's from another video game that Capcom made, but Hydron I'm not very familiar with. But anyway, yeah, it seemed like Brazil noticed some loose ends that were not taken care of in Maduro's cabinet, and that's why they denied their membership. It's making sense now, and apparently Russia found out some info about Delcy Rodriguez and noticed that she's not to be trusted. So yeah, it seems that's who sold out Maduro. It's pretty fucking sad. And then I look at her background, I'm like, well, sure, her father was supposedly a revolutionary and he got caught by the U.S. and he got murdered by U.S. while in captivity when they kidnapped him. But you would think that the daughter would have felt bad and wanted to get revenge. Like, that's her story. That's her story, at least. Now I'm thinking, like, maybe the family, the leftover family that sold him out to begin with, like, it was probably the wife and the rest of the extended family sold out the father, and she grew up thinking her father was just an idiot scumbag and doesn't actually give a fuck about her father, for all we know. She was just doing kayfabe, pretending she just wanted revenge. All this time, she's just been working with the bourgeois and the right-wingers the whole time, the opposition the whole time, while pretending to oppose them. Like, she grew up very bourgeois. She grew up very well off. She spent a lot of her time over in France too. So, like, she's not necessarily, you know, some people might not even consider her a real Brazilian. I mean, not Brazilian, or Venezuelan. You know, she's really, you know, got cultivated in France. She's like, she got trained by, you know, Westerners, really, Western and like, she's Western indoctrinated, basically. And like, after looking into the history of like China and Vietnam figures, especially in South Vietnam, you can't really trust any figure who got training in France, because that just reminds me of Chou Enlai, who's like a Chinese so-called revolutionary. I don't think he's valid after looking into that motherfucker. And even Mao didn't like him when he was like in his prime, before he got too old to challenge anything that motherfucker did in his, you know, his subordinate Deng Xiaoping, who succeeded him. He got, like, Mao opposed those guys when he was like young enough to do so, but then he Mao got too old. Once he got into his 80s, he's like, oh fuck, I can't really challenge these guys in a competent way anymore. So I guess I can't do anything about them taking power and gaining influence. I'm just gonna, I guess I gotta let it happen. They took out my gang of 4, who were like the successor road dogs, but they fucking took them out. The CIA was just that good, and teaching these motherfuckers, and this European intelligence in general was so good at teaching those motherfuckers that Show Enlai worked with how to fucking fuck up my whole set. Like Mao did not like him. He didn't like Deng Xiaoping either, which is why he purged them. And then he had to let them back because I guess he got too old to keep doing it because they kept coming back and doing CIA shit, saboteur shit. He couldn't keep challenging it, and they got rid of some of his road dogs. So it was just too hard at that point to keep kicking these motherfuckers out, telling them to fuck off. He just accepted at the end. I think he accepted, well, these guys can be here, but eventually they're gonna be taken care of, and there's gonna be a resurgence of the true communist sort of agenda. Like that's something he brought up in his conversation with Pol Pot when, like, on their first meeting, when he first met Pol Pot. This is before the genocide and shit that he did in Cambodia, by the way. Like, it's not like Mao told that motherfucker to do that. All Mao ever, like, people blame Mao for the Pol Pot and everything. They blame him for all this shit that it was actually other people's fault. Like, they blame him for the famine in the Great Leap 4 when it was actually Chou Enlai who was overseeing all of the collectivization during that. It was him. He's the one who's responsible for the fucking overcounting. It wasn't Mao who oversaw that. But he gets all the blame. That's part of the reason why I think he fucking purged that motherfucker. That was a serious sort of fuck up, to be honest. But he somehow gained influence again, I think, because, Western intelligence NGOs were helping him gain fake influence. That motherfucker got trained in France, basically. Chou Enlai didn't join the communists until he went to France. He got educated in France. And that was his first integration into communism. It wasn't through China. It seems he was told by French intelligence or something, French elites to go and infiltrate communist parties more so than to help them. But that's the story we get. That's his origin. Yeah. He joined the French party and then he just loved communism so much. Even though, like, when he got involved in the CCP, the original CCP, because he was part of the original CCP, like before Mao gained any influence. Like, Mao did not start the CCP. A lot of people think that, but no. There was another CCP that was a bit like bitch made that Chou Enlai was a part of, and he was such a fuck up that any sort of like influence that the communists were trying to get in the party, he fucked it up. They got purged from any sort of collaboration against the warlords, basically. He was working with the Chiang Kai-shek, well, I guess Sun Yat-sen when he was still alive, because he was the original head of the KMT. Back when like the KMT got started, in the earlier 20th century. It was basically like a revolutionary force against the warlords, because a lot of these countries like China and Russia who became socialist, they were trying to reach communism. They were coming from like monarchical or feudalist sort of background, and also the well, in China's case, the century of humiliation when the West was just fucking up China with their opium wars and the Boxer Rebellion. Basically, they were just destroying China through opium addiction and drug, basically a drug war. Two of them. There was two of them, and then there was the Boxer Rebellion. And that went on for over 100 years. That's why they call it the century of humiliation. So they were coming off of that, and also warlords who were like basically also collaborating with the West. But KMT was getting successful in fighting them, at least the earlier iteration of it. And then there was communists. There was a communist element springing up ever since the Soviet Union established itself as a communist sort of communist state, communist establishment. So that happened in China too. They were inspired by the Soviet Union. But the earlier iteration of the communists, the CCP, were just weak and not serious. They were trying to like attract more bourgeois elements of China as opposed to the more working class masses, the majority, which was mostly in farming in China at that time. China was not as mercantile as the Soviet Union. So most of its working class elements and grassroots revolutionary elements were in peasant farming sector more than it was like mercantile factory work or city work like in Russia at the time, back before it became the Soviet Union. Even though it wasn't as developed, but it was still more a lot of its working classes in the city, not in farms. Like depending on where you go, like there's gonna be like the working class majority is gonna be in different sectors. You also got to factor in like the type of land these people live in. Climate's gonna be different, so that's gonna really dictate a lot of where the working class sector is gonna be. More colder climates, farming's not gonna be as big as in another climate that's a bit warmer or not as cold, I should say. Russia's a bit more north, so yeah. Farming's gonna be a bit less emphasized there compared to like a more southern area, when where a lot of the people of the land are in areas that are more arable. Get wrecked, noob. So yeah, where the workers were different from China and Russia. So the flaw in the first iteration of the CCP was that they were trying to cultivate workers in the cities, where that's not really where a lot of the worker elements were. That's mostly where the bourgeois were. Like people didn't really live in the cities either so much. Or the masses didn't, It's mostly like rich people, and there were some, some type of work that was in the cities, but it was like more pleasure type of work, concubine work, that type of shit. Which, most people aren't going to be able to do if they're not like a young woman, I guess. Or, a lot of that was just human traffic work, not voluntary. Kind of slave work. But yeah, him and Deng Xiaoping both got trained in France. They're like Western industry plants. That's why I never really everything I read about Zhou Enlai and Deng Xiaoping I don't like. And it makes a lot of sense why Mao purged them. But for some reason they kept coming back. Because they're really being pushed hard as fucking industry plants by the West, it seems. That's my theory. I don't know, my conspiracy theory, but that seems like I'm right. Like, and Zhou Enlai seemed like such an arrogant asshole. Like how he met Mao is just pathetic. Like okay, well, my version of the CCP failed. I was really just sent to go and sabotage the communists from the looks of it. And then that's why the fucking communists fell when I was trying to lead the CCP. We got purged from every fucking collaboration because I was really trying to sabotage the communists from the looks of it. I didn't really like them. But Mao is doing well in his cultivation of communism. I got to get in on this and fuck it up, or try to. Like, he was trying to, like, it seemed like when they first met, when Zhou Enlai first met Mao, it's like he was trying to take power from Mao. I gotta come in here and try to assert power from him. But he fucking failed. Nobody liked him over Mao. So that didn't work. So he decided to just be subordinate to Mao. Like, and be like, okay, I'll work with you, okay? I'll pretend that I love you. Even though, I don't. And I was really just trying to sabotage your party, which is doing way better than my attempt. Because I'm just a fucking industry plant. Like... Like, Mao, I think the only reason he got back in is because Mao wasn't able to oppose him after the Gang of Four got taken out, because Mao had his own group. But the West took them out. The West helped Zhou Enlai and Deng Xiaoping take them out. Made them lose influence. They were infiltrating that hard at that time. So Mao, people say Mao was paranoid, but it seemed like he was right to be paranoid, because look what the fuck happened. They took out all 4 of his guys. How does that happen unless he was right about what his suspicions were? And those motherfuckers who caused all that trouble, you gonna tell me the real motherfucker who caused the famine was responsible for the the miscounting of grains and crops? Zhou Enlai got to come back in after being purged? You can't tell me there wasn't no outside elements or some sabotage going on. So Mao was right. He was right to be suspicious. He was forced to have that motherfucker come back due to outside forces. He didn't go to his funeral, too. If you notice, like, if you pay attention to shit like that, like, Mao was reluctant to let him back in. It seems he was reluctant to let him back in. He didn't go to his funeral. He didn't even make a eulogy speech for him, like when that motherfucker died, when Zhou Enlai died. He had no kind words to say about him. It seems like he didn't think he was legitimate in any way. He didn't think he was actually a communist. It seemed like he was just trying to sabotage the communists. God damn, Jack is a motherfucker. Shut up, Jack. So people wonder why I don't like that motherfucker. I give reasons for why I don't like a lot of these figures that we're told, like in the West especially, to like. But even in China, there's been some people who, have been convinced that guy was a good guy. But I don't know. If you point out some of this stuff to some people, they probably would have something different to say. Not everybody in China is a monolith, of course. So there's going to be varying opinions. But I do notice a common trend. You talk to anybody from China, they tend to have more good things to say about Mao than Zhou Enlai. That's for sure. Much less Deng Xiaoping. Like, you know, there's people who say like the Cultural Revolution was bad, but then I'm looking at the Cultural Revolution. It seems like there was outside forces that were like sabotaging a lot of what Mao meant the Cultural Revolution to be, which is to basically root out the capitalist high roaders. It wasn't any of the other fuck shit that happened. He was trying to get people like Zhou Enlai and Deng Xiaoping, which he purged, but they got back in there. And then look what Deng Xiaoping did when he got power. Oh, he like really, like he was supposed to tutor fucking Pol Pot, and look what Pol Pot ended up doing. He ended up fucking committing genocide in Cambodia. Like, why did that happen all of a sudden when Deng Xiaoping came into power? And then Deng Xiaoping also fucking invaded Vietnam for no fucking reason, which is stupid. What was the point of invading Vietnam, Deng Xiaoping? And then Zhou Enlai and Deng Xiaoping also look way too friendly with Henry Kissinger for my taste, who was an evil motherfucker, and inspired them to even consider that one-child rule in the first place. Like, that's not something Mao enforced. That was something Deng Xiaoping enforced, which is like, it's just eugenics shit disguised as like a good thing. It's just some white eugenics proposal, though. It wasn't. There's no science behind it. It didn't benefit China in any way. It caused more problems than it solved. That's why they got rid of it. They don't do that shit anymore. They don't do that one-child policy bullshit. Well, because some white people from the West suggested you do that, so you're gonna do that. Fucking Deng Xiaoping, it seems like because you're working for the West. You're not working for the Chinese people. Why are you letting fucking foreign-ass palefaces tell you how you should, like, dictate population in your land? That's fucking stupid. That's some Nazi shit. No. Don't let some fucking white people tell you what the population should look like in your fucking land. That's another reason why I don't fuck with Deng Xiaoping. Anybody glazing him. The fuck is wrong with you? The game's harder than I remember. I remember playing this as a kid. It was a bit easier, but it's kind of hard now that I'm older. I haven't played it in years though. Jack is just a motherfucker. I don't like him. Keep stealing all the fucking Chaos Emeralds. Stop it. Also need to remember the grab button. Fucking bitch. That's my Chaos Emerald. Don't fuck with it, asshole. Oh my god, he jukes like a mofo. Get the fuck out of here, fucking pirate. Typical Anglo. He is an Anglo too. He's British. This character is like Jack is a British character. He's based on Jack the Ripper, so yeah, obvious. That's why he also uses knives. Yeah, he's like fucking bitch. Give me them goddamn Chaos Emeralds, motherfucker. Get wrecked, noob. Oh, what the fuck? How did I miss? His super sucks. And you know, the other French connection too is, yeah, it was fucking French that were supporting South Vietnam. If I recall, before the U.S. came and took over their role. You know, it was just a big Western coalition to begin with. Is why the U.S. took over the role of France after they got defeated by North Vietnam and China proper. When before Deng Xiaoping was really running shit. Yeah. Yeah, that whole area was much better off when Mao was still around and running shit. Then once Deng Xiaoping got in, he fucked up that entire area, letting Pol Pot run amok, like, and then invading Vietnam for no reason. What the fuck was that about? Like, it makes no sense for how Pol Pot turned out. Like, it's like all, and people that have the audacity to blame like Mao for Pol Pot is stupid. Did you go look at the meeting he had with Pol Pot? You go read what he fucking said to him. All he said to that motherfucker was to read Lenin and Marx. That's it. He didn't tell him to go genocide a bunch of fucking Cambodians. That's something he decided to do. Probably something he decided to do in collaboration with Deng Xiaoping, the Western puppet, the Western saboteur agent, trained by French intelligence, from the looks of it, who were, you know, running South Vietnam to begin with. They were the colonial power there before the Vietnam War. So that's very coincidental. Yeah, of course that motherfucker would want to, you know, reinvigorate what the French were doing before they got defeated by China. I mean, by Vietnam with the help of China. Back when Mao was still in power. People also glaze Deng Xiaoping. Oh, he's the architect of modern China. I'm like, what the motherfucker? How are you gonna keep giving credit to that guy for shit that's like 30 years after he fucking passed away? I wouldn't give him credit for the shit that's going on now. He died 30 years ago. He can't take any credit for what's going on now. Like, what's going on in China now is a result of corrections to a bunch of the fuck-ups Deng Xiaoping did. Alright? There are some corrections that are going on that happened in the aftermath, which is why China's doing better. Like, if they just kept doing the same shit Deng Xiaoping was doing and just letting the US come in there and, you know, fuck China up the ass with their liberal markets, then no, China would not be what it is today. It would be much worse. God. It's the fact that they've been doing a reversal on Deng Xiaoping's policies, like a lot of those economic reforms and privatization, and letting the US just rape their economy with cheap labor and trade. There's been reversals on that. And that's why China's doing better. It's just luck that China lucked out, because by the time the corrections came, the US had already outsourced all of their fucking industry to China, because they thought it was just still going to be like a servant sort of economy that the US could exploit still. You know, like what Deng Xiaoping did is like basically what fucking Batista did to Cuba back before Castro took over. You can't say that, oh, Batista was the architect of modern Cuba because it's good now. That's stupid. Because that's all Deng Xiaoping did. He did what fucking Batista did, while keeping up the rhetoric that he was a communist. But I wouldn't say his policies reflected that. No, liberalizing your markets and doing bullshit white supremacist policies like one-child rules, it's not really you know, you don't look trustworthy to me. Look like you are working for the West. You are working for a Western fascist. You're not communism, not the Chinese people. No, thankfully they just corrected a lot of the shit Deng Xiaoping did. So China's much better. They took advantage of the fact that they have like a monopoly on a lot of the manufacturing now because of the slave economy that China was running, that the US in the West, basically. You know, suggests they do because they suggested that Deng Xiaoping should have them do that. He was their man on the inside. You go look at some old CIA documents. They glaze Deng Xiaoping and Zhou Enlai. Because they were so capitalist and, you know, pro-Western in their mind. Until, but then they started doing shit that they didn't like. Because, you know, they could be the most fucking capitalist or shit-lib, you know, neo-lib in China. But if it's not, like, to the standard of the U.S. or the West in general, it's still not necessarily going to be good enough. And they'll do things like they'll try to coup you still to place you with somebody even more right-wing, or they'll even try to assassinate you just even without a replacement. Which is what happened. You know, there were some death attempts on Zhou Enlai and Deng Xiaoping apparently, but they otherwise preferred him over Mao. They preferred both of them over Mao. So that's very telling. I mean, it's not like it's like unique that the U.S. typically burns a lot of their assets anyway. They did that with Saddam when he was working, like he used to be their asset. Then they burned him. Saddam Hussein. I mean, no, I already said Saddam. I mean, what I mean is Osama bin Laden. He used to be an asset back in the Mujahideen days, and you know, the CIA backed him. There was even old news reports about how, yeah, Osama bin Laden is a hero, and he's so handsome. Oh man. Like this was Western newspapers saying this, and Western channels. They were glazing Osama bin Laden back in the day, and then they did the whole fake 9/11 false flag terrorist attack, which it was the U.S. and the Mossad who were behind. CIA and the Mossad were behind that. Osama bin Laden didn't actually do that. He gets blamed for it though. Not that he was a good guy, but he just wasn't the mastermind behind that. He was an asset that the U.S. decided to burn. You still got a bunch of people who still believe, yeah, Osama bin Laden did that. Especially a bunch of the kids who are like born in 2000. They grow up being taught that fake story about Osama bin Laden. Like, a lot of the Zoomers believe that stupid story. Or I guess Gen Alpha or whatever. They grow up believing that dumb story that's not even true. They think Osama bin Laden really did that shit. Nah, wasn't him. And I don't even think the guy on that operation where they supposedly kill Osama. There's no actual proof that they killed Osama in that mission, or whoever they killed was Osama. There's no proof of the mission. They got like in the entire report they point out how all the evidence was destroyed and the body was disposed of. So there's no proof. Can't get an autopsy at all ever because they buried the body at sea. Like, why? Why'd you do that? That don't make any fucking sense. They give some dumb reason. Oh, because they'll like do some weird superstitious thing, or like it's some dumb fairy tale nonsense reason they gave for why they did that. It don't pass the smell test with me. They treat him like he's a fucking mutant or something. It's dumb. Like, No, they just didn't have any actual evidence. There's no. There just didn't. I don't think this operation actually happened the way it's told. Like, whoever they killed was never Osama to begin with, or the mission just never really happened. There's no evidence from it. That Zero Dark 30 movie was all fiction. Every single bit of it smells like some Hollywood movie. Like when you read the thing, it smelled like a Hollywood script, and then they made a movie out of it shortly after. Because that's all it really is. When you read it, it sounds like a movie. It's not real. No proof. Just words and claims, you know. Oh, what the hell is this, dude? How come the second move does not hit him? It just whiffs like a motherfucker. Oh, shit. Get the fuck out of here. Don't get my Chaos Emerald! You bitch! Oh. It's mine, bitch! Damn it. Get the Waka Waka hammer. How do you grab shit again? I forget how to grab. That's the problem. So yeah. But yeah, I had to bring up that, you know, you can't trust French people who were trained by the French, who were also like political figures in global South countries or more socialist countries like China or Vietnam. But they might just be like a Western asset trying to sabotage shit. And I think Delcy Rodriguez is that. It seems like she sold out Maduro. And see, at this point, China and Russia know about it, and their plannings to do something about it. Cancel a lot of ties from the looks of it, if not any sort of direct action. It's really unfortunate we lost Venezuela. I don't know. Maybe there can be like a another usurp of power by other figures within Venezuela. But right now it's not looking good. Like, France is not a good sign. Like, they still have like colonial power in parts of Africa. Like, whenever I hear anybody's, oh, I got my education in France, and also I'm a figure in the global South. I'm a political figure in the global South. Oh, okay. So basically, you're working for like Western colonials who still fuck with a lot of other global South countries, is what you're saying. You've been trained to undermine the power of global South countries, is what you're telling me. And I should distrust you. I should suspect you first when any fuck shit goes down, is what you're telling me. That's like the trend I'm learning. Like, it's the same, like, you look at China, you look at Vietnam, you look at African nations, it's always the same outcome. Oh, now we got Venezuela to look at. Okay. Never trust the motherfuckers trained by Frenchies, because they have a racist fucking history. It's never a good outcome. Ain't nothing. Nobody who was trained by the French, they never brought anything positive to a country. Anybody who was trained by the fucking Frenchies never brought anything good back to their actual home country. Yeah. Lesson learned yet again. How many times we're gonna have to keep learning this lesson, old men? And then Hugo Chavez rightfully got rid of her. Like, fucking, I don't know what the fuck Maduro was smoking. Why'd you let that bitch back in your in the cabinet, man? Why'd you let her get power again? Like, didn't you see Hugo Chavez? He got rid of her for a reason, dude. Don't bring her back into the fucking fray. You gave her control over oil rights and shit. That's stupid, Maduro. Now it's making me think that Maduro was just an idiot. And he probably don't deserve to come back to power if even he does get released. Like, nah, dude, you fucked up. You fucked up. And this is probably why Brazil denied them joining BRICS. At that point, like, yeah, that's a big fuck up, guy. Maduro, you fucked up. I gotta say it. You fucked up. And now I'm understanding Brazil more. That's why those motherfuckers weren't in BRICS. That's why Venezuela was not in BRICS. They're not to be trusted. They ain't settled a lot of the loose ends in Venezuela. She an opposition force in disguise. She likes them racist opposition people, most likely. The opposition to the Chavismos in Venezuela are literal Nazis. But it seems she might be on board with them. Selling out Venezuela like that, yeah. That's the guy. Can't be nothing but. Bitch. See, this is why I didn't really give her credit as like a good female leader. Like I was talking about, yeah, we need to celebrate actual good female leaders, and she didn't really have good credentials for me yet, so I didn't want to give her any credit. And then yeah, she's just confirming it even more now. She sold out Maduro, sold out the country, really. So yeah, the only one I can glaze in Latin America, at least right now, is Claudia Sheinbaum in Mexico. She's doing good shit. I wanted to glaze Delcy Rodriguez, but she's a fraud, it looks like. Yeah. That's not the only thing that happened this week, of course, or is continuing this week. I was also following that shit that happened in Minneapolis, that shooting. And it's pretty bad to me. Like, ICE was already doing bad shit, but then it really surprised me though when I was looking at reports of that. Like, do people really think that this is the first killing that ICE has done? They've been disappearing a lot of people. I mean, did they just not notice because a lot of them were black and brown? Well, typically that's the case, yeah. They be unaliving a lot of non-white folks, and they just don't even. It's like they don't even think about it. It's like a water off a duck's ass for a lot of America. They don't really give a fuck when it happens. Like they treat it as like they're so desensitized to any harm that we suffer, us black and brown folks in this fucking country or any other part of the world. It's like they feel nothing for it when it happens. When it happens to somebody in their backyard who's like a bit more light, you know, a bit more whiter in the suburb that they live in, then they start paying attention, I guess. But I could have sworn that that's not the only white person they unalive too. Like I thought they were killing more, even like they were killing white people already, but they just, you know, they just dismissed it because even like nobody in our political institutions is challenging anything ICE is doing, even on the left, the fake left, I guess. I wouldn't say the Democrats are left, but they called them that, you know. They called them leftists. Even though they're more right-wing, only some of their rhetoric is left, like, you know, some socially leftists, you know. Oh, They'll wave a rainbow flag occasionally, even though they don't really give a fuck about them either. But they don't, like, none of their policies ever help the working class at all, much less people who are in poverty. A lot of their policies also harm marginalized people or don't help them in any way. A lot of their foreign policy is just as Nazified as, you know, the Republicans. So they like genociding brown people and black people overseas as well, just like the Republicans. They are bipartisan on genociding a bunch of non-white folks. Look at their what they've been doing in the face of the genocide in Palestine or Sudan and Congo. And now we're probably going to be seeing some genocides going on in a lot of Latin American countries. Looking at some shit this week and what Trump's claiming. Yeah, I want to go fuck with Mexico next, and Cuba, and Colombia. Yeah, it's pretty sad. The woman Renee, I forgot her last name. Yeah, in Minneapolis. That was bullshit, dude. Like, it shouldn't have happened either way. Whether it was the first killing it or not, we shouldn't have been tolerating any of that shit they were doing. It didn't have to come to another death, much less one at all. I was saying people need to be like opposing ICE for real, not just wagging fingers. They don't give a fuck about your wagging fingers or your fucking sternly written letters. They don't give a fuck. Oh, this is how, okay. Nazis don't give a fuck about that. Sternly written letters and finger wagging did not stop Hitler. No, they did not stop the Third Reich. It didn't stop them fucking Nazis. No, you had to actually fight them. You gotta curb stomp your Nazis. Just gotta say it. Oh, hell no. Bitch, I'm flipping the table. Banzai! Damn it. No, he's gonna go super mode. Fuck this guy. He turns into a literal Super Saiyan. His Super Saiyan mode does look cool, though, I gotta say. The biggest key blast. He throws a fucking spirit bomb. I'm hearing about people torching ICE vehicles and shit, though. I'm like, good. That's a good start. Either fry that bacon. Fuck. God damn it, little dude. Little dude, you shut up, little dude. Oh, fuck. My health is gonna go away. Yeah, she hit me with that shit. Continue. Okay. Play Ryoma. Ryoma's black, so yeah. I relate. He's the blackest character in this game anyway. He's even blacker than the Native American. Oh, actually, if you look at some old photos of people in Japan, a lot of them used to be way darker skinned than they currently are. You would mistake a lot of them for black people. That's how black they were. Like, and then white worship happened once, you know, World War II came around. So they try to deny a lot of the browner natives that Japan had. And then they started doing a lot of this, you know, denaturalization. And denaturalization campaigns are like why countries even eventually end up with like the birth rate problems they end up complaining about later. Like Japan complains about not enough births are happening. And so in the same with South Korea. And a lot of that is just artificial because it's your denaturalization policies from your fascist governments in the West, which influences both of those countries. They taught you to, you know, you need to be more Nazified. So you're like, when you do these denaturalization campaigns, you artificially reduce your birth rates because you're discounting a lot of the people who are there and kicking them out, which are, you know, artificially reduces birth rates. Like births happen through like a lot of, you know, like it's not as inbred as they want things to be. Like you try to make everything inbred, your birth rates are gonna go down. No, you gotta allow some migration. You can't just discount everyone in the land if they're not white enough. That's not how birth rates work. You're gonna obviously eventually end up with lower birth rates with those type of Nazi policies. That's why they're going down. You're trying to do something unnatural. When you do unnatural shit like that, that's gonna happen. Nazi policies do not increase birth rates. That's just how it is. This is why the browner countries have higher birth rates, because they're not doing the denaturalization campaigns. You know. And when you're trying to get to a standard like of whiteness, well, white, like the whole white phenotype is already like not even the majority phenotype of the globe. Like most people in the world are not white. It's kind of like a rare phenotype, to be honest. It's not like it's considered like a mutation. It's not considered like a definitive phenotype of its own. Like, you know, it's typically considered like a deviation through all type of other ethnicities. It's not like whitening, basically. It's not something most people in the world are going to have, because it's not. In most of the habitats of the world, like it tends to favor darker pigmentation for survival reasons. I mean, god damn, like the CPU just gets harder the higher you go up. I'm gonna try another game now. I just gotta get used to that one. Let's try the sequel to this. Let's try the sequel. Who's new here? Axel. Okay, let's go with the cowboy. See how dark he is? This dude is just straight up black. That's why they don't have a, you know, like a stereotypically black person in here. Like he just already covers the black character. He's supposed to be Japanese. Okay, well, the timer made me pick him, so we're just gonna be him then. He's just straight up black. Let's be real. The blackest dude on that roster. And then there's a Russian guy in the game. He's kind of dark, but he's not black. He's just Russian. This guy is Russian. I'm pretty sure he's Russian. He might be actually something else. I don't know. The big dude. Get out of here, loser, nerds. Yeah, this is more fluid. The sequel, the controls, anyway. Oh, give me that, give me that. I got the Chaos Emerald. It's my time to shine. Literally, I'm like Silver Samurai over here. which is a Marvel character. He was kind of cool. He fought Wolverine a couple times. He's pretty good. He also teleports. Whack him. Oh, fuck. I'm way farther away than I thought. Get out of here, loser. I'm dominating. I'm the dominant one. I gotta assert my dominance. Out of here, loser. Oh, she got a flamethrower, bitch? No way. This guy's in that fuck. Oh, this is the worst. It's the worst outcome. This shit's so hard to like deal with when they get in there. I destroyed it. We're good. What the fuck? Oh, that's supposed to happen. Never mind. How are they hitting? I'm pressing buttons. I'm not hitting anyone. The fuck is this? Get out of here, bitch. What? Oh, it's a bear trap. What the fuck? I didn't know that's what it was. I wouldn't have picked that shit up. Get out of here. Now it's time for me to shine. No, bitch! Don't throw me off. Oh, yeah, I gotta get you. I'll get my Chaos Emerald. Thank you. One more. Leave me alone, bitch! Well, now I need to get that. This game was so fun. I forgot how fun this game was. This is also a multiplayer game. I can play online with people, but I'm talking. I don't want to be talking about real world things while playing with actual people right now. I'll be distracted for real. Oh, I'll help you by throwing you off. Why did I help her up? Well, I guess I didn't. I killed her. But she's back now. Oh no! Bitch. Die! Don't heal her. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Why does she keep reviving though? What I want to know. Who the hell? This old man killed me? Fuck you. In this fucking thing, wannabe. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's such bullshit. Like they try to like gaslight people though. After that shooting happened in Minneapolis, where they try to say, "Oh, she tried to run over this fat ice pig." Like we can clearly see the video. She wasn't trying to run him over. Dude just literally wanted to shoot her. Because he's a Nazi. That's what happened. I've been telling people, like, yeah, this is like Third Reich shit. They're doing denaturalization campaigns. They don't care who the fuck they're terrorizing. Don't act like they care about protecting people. Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they're just doing this because they really want to help. And they're really trying to look for them criminal immigrants. Like, shut the fuck up. That should be obvious. That's not what they're doing. They're just straight up Nazis. Like, stop pretending. Like, people need to realize that their country it's in the service of Nazis. It's ran by Nazis. There's no actual genuine intent to protect and serve people or to find criminals. The country's ran by criminals. They just invaded a country and kidnapped the leader. Stop bullshitting. Oh, I had the super mode, but then I fell off. There we go. I still have it, but I fell off. Man, I fell off. That the ice pigs who be shooting people. Like, they're always the fattest motherfuckers, man. The fattest motherfuckers with the most punchable heads You couldn't see his full face, but that head was just so punchable, so puntable, so kickable, so stompable, curb stompable, to be specific. Like, that motherfucker should be looking like Emmett Till, fucking Marshmallow version. Fuck that guy. Oh yeah, get in there. Get the fuck in there. I'm trying to use it. I'm invisible now, bitch. You can't see me. You can't see me. The time is now. Bitch. I can't see me either. It's hard to see what I'm doing. Like what attacks I'm doing. Oh, what the fuck with this flamethrower? Oh, that's her powers. Never mind. Stop it, bitch. She's targeting me specifically. She's racist. I mean, she doesn't know that I'm actually black, I guess, but still. Get fucked, nerds. Man, this is a hard level, though, for real. Oh, did all of it miss, huh? How convenient. We all die? Oh, we just continue, okay. Get the fuck off me, nerd. Damn it. It's way too hard. With 4 people. Okay, suck my dick. No. We're gonna try another game. We're just gonna go through the, you know, the gambit. The roulette wheel. The game is fun, though, even though I'm losing. It's fun as fuck. Old games were fun. I gotta say it. I never played Project Justice. Let's try it out. This is a game I never have played. I'll be right back, though. Well, let me mute right. Yeah, people need to stop feeling sorry for or scared from these fucking ICE agents. They are literal Nazis. Stop fearing that stop fearing for their safety if they're gonna that people might hurt them in retaliation. No, fuck that. They need to be hurt. Who gives a fuck? You need to be worrying more about protecting the people who are getting harmed. Protect them, like that's the actual, you know, civilians. Not about how hurt the fucking Ice Age it might get if the people get too mad. Like, fuck that shit. That's something that should be coming. That's like, they don't fear you doing nothing and just letting them get away with killing you and walking all over you. That's not gonna make them stop. Retaliation will. You know, self-defense will. Ain't no Nazi ever stopped harming somebody because they, you know, they felt sorry for them, or they just decided to, you know, I'm gonna do non-violent resistance and civil disobedience. Shut the fuck up. That ain't what Nazis fear. They don't ever give a shit about that. No, they fear you when you come at their head. That's when they stop. That's when they make pause. You gotta make them stop. I do like the one dude on this team. This is the main character team. He's in other games. That's how I know him. But you got these motherfuckers who are like sold out. It's like they work for the feds or something. Like, no, don't do anything, guys. Let them walk all over you. Let them kill you. All right? They just want a reaction. What the fuck is that noise? They want a reaction so they could do martial law and kill you, which what they're already doing. This woman got killed already, guys. They're already terrorizing cities. They're already using National Guard and going around terrorizing cities with them as well. What the fuck are you talking about? How bad do you think it has to get? You have to like they're not doing that shit already? Like, how comfortable are you? Are you just okay with them doing that to the brown folks? To the point that you, what, they're just not doing it enough to white people, so then you go to sleep? Is that what it is? Well, they're not. They could be hurting white people way more, so it's good if we just let it happen now. Still, okay? They only killed one white woman. It's fine. They're not killing that many, so you know. Let's just go to sleep. They're only fucking with them niggers and them fucking Latinos and shit. Okay? Who gives a fuck? Only fucking with them Muslims, okay? And them Chinamen. Who gives a fuck about them? They're not white. That's what I'm hearing when I hear that. That's all I hear when I hear that shit. Don't get they just want a reaction. Motherfucker, they're already reacting to us. They're already being violent to us. They're already unaliving us. What the fuck are you talking about? And then I think about, oh, they just mean the white people. They don't want the white people to get more harm than what already happened with this one white woman. Is what they really mean, but they just won't say it. You got your Hassans out here saying that dumb shit. That's what he really means when he says that. I just don't want them hurting my white buddies who I went to college with. I really fear for their safety. Like, shut the fuck up, Hassan. Nobody give a fuck about them fuckboys. They need to actually be doing something instead of worried about their safety. Hey, like I talked about Emmett Till, man, they've been killing us black and brown folks even when we're children. That Emmett Till thing, like, that's been going on that long. They still doing that Emmett Till shit. It's been so desensitized now they don't even like give a fuck about it anymore. Nothing's ever done about it. You get an occasional sort of like fake media outcry, and then like nothing's actually done systemically. Nothing systemically happens. No real punishment happens to the people who perpetrated, or just the stations and the institutions that perpetrated. Just some, you know, some well wishes and candlelight vigils, basically. That ain't enough. Oh, fuck. Assist. Okay. I'm unsure about what that does, but it did something. We won. Okay, Achiever. Let friendship prevail, huh? Okay. Yeah, but it shouldn't even be getting to this, man. I've been telling, like, they never listen to us. I'm telling, I've been saying it's gonna escalate and get worse. It ain't just gonna be us black and brown folks for long, guys. They don't give a fuck about you. If you ain't rich, your whiteness is not gonna save you. It's always the last minute that, you know, people start paying attention. Always at the last minute when it's kind of late. There's a whole story here going on, apparently. How dare you do that to us? Wait, I don't understand. Please try to calm down. It's my K-dramas. You can't fool us again, Bachu Ichimonji. I will never forgive you. This is a Japanese game, though. So I guess a J-drama, technically. Oh, man. You know, I used to want to go to Japan, but nowadays, it doesn't even look desirable to go to anymore. Like, I have no desire to ever go to Japan at this rate. I'm going to be going to other countries this year, though. I might stay. Like, I'm just saving up a little bit right now and applying to some places. Like, I don't need much to just leave at this point. Like, this country's going to shit. I've been saying, like, the Nazis are basically taking over. It's like they're growing. And then I'm not seeing enough opposition from the so-called majority group in this country. They're still saying, no, don't provoke the fat fucking murderous pigs who just shot one of your own in the fucking face. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Candlelight vigils and well wishes, guys. Like, what the fuck is that? No, you need to be like dragging these Nazis through the street. You need to be guillotining, putting them all under a